here today to bring you my TBR for the BOOKBUDDYATHON. The BOOKBUDDYATHON is a readathon which is held a couple of times a year usually by the wonderful Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books and the spectacular Janet from Swirly Girly Reads. And the entire idea of the readathon is to read books with your friends, which is basically booktube, right? If you would like a more, accurate representation of what BOOKBUDDYATHON is and how it runs, you can find Eleanor and Janet's announcement videos down below in the description. I have participated in BOOKBUDDYATHON a couple of times now, and every time I've done it I've tried to complete every prompt with a buddy read with my buddy, and that's a lot because I think every year there's 5 prompts, and even if you double up on maybe 1 or 2, that's still like 3 books to get done in a week with your buddy, and it's a lot. So this time around, myself and my buddy, I'll give you 3 guesses who that is. It's Kirsty from the She Is Also Cursed shop. We have decided that we are going to take the prompts as literally as possible, and by that I mean that out of the 5 prompts this year, the first one is Buddyread, and that is the only one that we are going to actually read the same book for. And for that we have picked Pitch Dark by Courtney Alameda, which is a sci-fi mystery horror end of the world-y YA. So for years the USS John Muir has been floating through space with her crew in stasis and a large chunk of earth inside her hull. Tuck Morgan and the rest of the crew have literally been there for centuries. Enter Laura Cruz, otherwise known as a sort of archaeologist space pirate. Can you see why I'm very there for it? And when she boards the USS John Muir and realises what their cargo holds, she and her family decide that they have to take drastic action. So Tuck has to wake up centuries after he left and acclimatise to Laura's way of seeing the world. On my come down from the Illuminae trilogy, I'm really hoping that this kind of fills a little void for me until, I can kidnap J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman and make them write more books and do nothing else. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. So that's the book that we're going to buddy read, and now for prompts 2, 3 and 4, I am kind of cleverly linking them. I just want this to be a chill, fun readathon. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. And so I have decided that I am going to read a series. But Leanne, you say, that is not chill at all. Relax, relax. The series that I have decided to read for all of those prompts is the... temporarily forgotten what it's called. Rude! I would have remembered what it was called in a minute. The Wayward Children series by Seanan Maguire. Serious side-eye book, serious side-eye. So I have read Every Heart a Doorway before and I really enjoyed it, but there was enough of a gap between this one and me picking up the next 2 that I really wanted to reread this first one so that I could remember everybody's names and everybody's backstories before I jumped in to the other 2. And as they are all novella sized, I thought that they would be perfect for knocking off one after the other in 1 week. So prompt 2 is Friendship, and I think this is the ideal volume for that. If you've been living under a rock and you've never heard of this series before, allow me to educate you. Eleanor West takes in children who have been thrown out of Portal Fantasy worlds. So Portal Fantasies being places like Alice in Wonderland or Dorothy being scooped up into Oz. Literally fantasies where you open a door and you're suddenly in another world. And after living in these fantastic environments which were perfectly suited for their personalities, they then have to try and figure out a way to make themselves normal again and fit into the real world. And so we pick up this story with Nancy, who has literally tumbled out of her very quiet, very serene world into this noisy, very fractious world of Eleanor West's home, and she has to try and find her feet. And so the last one that I have here is prompt 5, which is new, and I have taken this very literally to mean the newest book which has arrived in my house. It's not quite the newest book. It came in with a few others, but it is definitely the newest book of the correct size for this readathon. This is The Lost Girls of Camp Forevermore by Kim Fu. So this is about a group of girls who are literally at Camp Forevermore for the summer, making friendship bracelets, toasting marshmallows, singing camp songs, and bursting with energy they decide to go on an overnight kayaking trip to a little island. But before they know it, things take a massive turn for the worst and they are stranded there on their own with no adults there to guide them. And from what I can see from the synopsis of this one, it is not just following that particular incident, so it's not a book specifically about what happened, but it's a book about the aftermath of what happened and far beyond. So in this very short volume we follow the 5 girls beyond what happened and the repercussions of this trip and into their adult lives. So that I am very interested to see. I do not know how Kim Fu is going to manage to fit all of that into such a small space, but I'm there for it. So that is everything I am planning on picking up for this round of the Book Buddy-athon. I am really looking forward to it. It's such a fun, low-key readathon. It just seems to take BookTube over with this kind of infectious energy where everybody wants to like do the good things on BookTube. Chat about your favourites and make friends, and I think that's why a lot of us are really here. If you are taking part in Book Buddy-athon already, and whether you have posted your TBR or picked your buddy, I would like to know about it. Please tell me what you are planning to read in the comments and let's chat. And I will speak to you all again very soon.